Alright, what's up? This is BoxingWave. I first want to say I apologize for making you guys wait all week long for this video. People have been asking me for this video all week long, okay? I actually did the video, recorded it right after I did the Keith Thurman video earlier this week. And I had some sound issues when I was, I finally sat down and was about to edit the video. I caught some major sound issues and I didn't want to put the video out, okay? So, I just haven't had time the last few days to do this video. I wanted to make sure everything was clear. And, I'm back home and, now I'm doing the video now, all right? I actually did a prediction video, all right? Right when the fight was announced, that same week, I did a prediction video. You guys probably forgot. It was a long time ago, right? And a lot happened since then, okay? But in that prediction video, if you guys want to go back and watch it, you could. I had picked Bernard Hopkins by decision, okay? So anyway, let's get it on. I think historically this fight is fight of the year. Historic, the potential it has to go in the record books, okay? If Bernard Hopkins wins, he has a good chance of soon, if he fights Adonis Stevenson, there's a possibility he could unify the titles at light heavyweight. Unification fights, there's not too many of them going on today. But this fight here is the most dangerous out of the possible fights. Most people agree with that, okay? Most people feel like Kovalev is the true test for Bernard Hopkins, not really Adonis Stevenson, okay? So a lot of people feel that this fight here is for the record books. If he's able to beat this guy at the age of 49, about to be 50, this is for the history books, all right? Now, let me make one thing clear. I've been listening to videos. I've been watching videos on here on YouTube. I've been reading the comments. I see people debate about this online all the time. The point I want to make before I get started is people are not giving Sergey Kovalev enough credit. If Kovalev wins this fight, it is a big deal. Even though Bernard Hopkins is old and he's almost turning 50. I know people feel that it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. And to me, this is why. Hopkins is fighting at a high level, even at the age of 49, okay? I've enjoyed his recent fights. Both John Pascal fights were really good fights. Though I feel those were action fights, okay? The Murat fight was a good fight. The Shumanev fight was good. Bernard Hopkins almost got a KO in that fight. All right. I enjoyed a lot of Bernard Hopkins' recent fights. Okay, I really have. Ever since the loss to Chad Dawson, I love the way he's been fighting. I love the alien. I'm really feeling the alien more than the executioner right now, because the alien is just been fighting. He's fighting. He's not playing around with these dudes, okay? I've enjoyed the fights. He seems to be more aggressive right now to me. I mean, he's slowing down a little bit. He doesn't do too much movement, but he never really did. He did enough movement to me. He always did. But these fights recently, he's been really going head-to-head, toe-to-toe with a lot of these fighters. And I love that, all right? And I feel like Kovalev, if he beats him, it's very impressive. It's great for his career. I think it's a big deal for his career, especially if he knocks him out, because he'll be the first to knock out Bernard Hopkins. Okay, no one beats. People have beaten Hopkins, but it was always a close, tough fight. All right, debatable fight. All right. A lot of people feel Calzaghe didn't beat him. People feel Jermaine Taylor didn't beat him. It is what it is. Roy Jones had a tough fight with him. Chad Dawson had a tough fight with him in that second fight. Bernard Hopkins always comes to fight, and I like his recent fights. I really have. So I think Bernard Hopkins is fighting. Obviously he's older, but he's fighting as good as he ever did, in my opinion. All right, that's just my opinion. All right. So if Hopkins loses this fight, there's no excuses. All right. Whether you think Hopkins, there should be no excuses, because Hopkins is beating up young champions. All right, undefeated fighters. He's still beating them up. All right. Now this fight here is really a pick'em fight. I wouldn't say it's a 50-50 fight, because Kovalev has the youth, the power advantage. Okay. Hopkins is an old man at some point. Like, how long is he gonna keep going fighting this way? All right. I don't think that he's gonna turn 50 overnight for this fight. All right, if he loses, that's not the excuse I'm gonna use. All right, Hopkins loses is because Kovalev is just a better fighter. All right, Hopkins lost before. All right, he's lost before. It's not like he's unbeatable. Okay, but he is a great fighter without a doubt. It's really a pick-up fight, man. All right, Kovalev. Kovalev. I think Kovalev is a better boxer than most people believe. A lot of people think he's just a power puncher. I've seen his fights. If you look at his recent fights, if you look at the Cedric Agnew fight, the Blake Capoeira fight, who's the other guy, Ismail Salak fight, you notice that he doesn't really do good in first rounds, all right? First rounds doesn't really do good, all right? There's a lot of holes in his game, all right? But at that point, he's trying to figure you out. With every fight, he made adjustments, okay? In the Ismail Salak fight, he had a little difficulty because Salak was doing a lot of movement in there or whatever. And, he had some trouble in the first round, but at that first, it was just the first round. What happened in the second round? Knocked him out, okay? A lot of people criticized him for that fight. People criticized him for the, Blake Capoeira fight. He got dropped. Okay, yeah, he got dropped, all right? He got dropped, and I feel like 3/4 of the first round, he was dominated. Blake Capoeira was outboxing him, okay? But he made the adjustments, and guess what happened? He knocked him out in the second round. I believe it was the second round. Then you got Cedric Agnew. Everyone talks about this fight, all right? He had some trouble in there, but he made the adjustments in that fight too. Cedric Agnew kept the high guard, all right? Kovalev, who has a decent jab, a lot of people don't give him credit for his jab, started stabbing him in the stomach, just throwing sharp jabs to the body because Cedric Agnew kept the high guard. The reason why Kovalev had a hard time is because he didn't want to get caught out there. Agnew had some pop, and he had a high guard, and unexpectedly he would come out just swinging, throwing combinations and everything, and Kovalev was just fighting a careful fight. That is him fighting a careful fight. Everyone wants to go and see him knock out his opponent quickly. Just because he didn't do it in that fight, people criticize him for that fight too. Also, there was a lot of low blows going on in there. It was an ugly fight at points, all right? So he still got the knockout, and he still stopped Cedric Agnew in that fight, all right? I'm not going to keep going too much further. I mean, Kovalev, to me, his best punch against Bernard Hopkins is a jab. I mean, what else can he use? Set up the offense with that. I think he knocked out Blake Capoeira by jabbing him to the stomach, okay? Or knocked him down at least. I don't know if he knocked him out with that punch or knocked him down, but Bernard Hopkins lost to fighters that had good jabs, all right? Kovalev has to press, he has to keep the pressure going, but he has to use that jab throughout the fight, okay? And stay busy. Don't let the old man get too much of a break. Don't let the old man have time to think in there, okay? Because Bernard Hopkins, defensively, he's one of the best, and he's still a threat even at this age. And Kovalev just gonna have to stay busy, but he has to be smart about it, right? Because he's gonna be fighting a really good counterpuncher. Now, the Bernard Hopkins, on the other hand, no one like Kovalev has fought to this point. Kovalev hasn't fought a guy that's as durable as Bernard Hopkins, that is as good as a defender as Bernard Hopkins. All right, not as good a counterpuncher as Bernard Hopkins. All right. And Bernard Hopkins knows all the tricks in the game, okay? If he is having trouble, he will throw the jab, he will throw the right hand and tie you up right after, all right? Disrupting your rhythm throughout the whole fight. He can do that. If he's having trouble, he will do that. He can scrap with you, but at the same time, he can tie you up throughout the fight, set up his offense, get his punches in, tie you up, all right? A lot of people don't like Andre Ward for the same reason, but Bernard Hopkins been doing that way longer than Andre Ward has been doing it, okay? So he can go that route if he chooses to, okay? Another thing, his defense, his head movement. Most of these guys Kovalev had beat, all right? They don't have the upper body movement that Bernard Hopkins, even a 49-year-old Bernard Hopkins, he's always moving his head around, all right? He's always coming over the top with that right hand. Okay, that straight right hand is a great punch, man. He's gonna be timing Kovalev, jumping in with that punch. He's gonna be countering Kovalev with that punch. All right, he's gonna be he's gonna be using the check left hook. He's gonna be doing a lot of different counter punches, because a lot of times when Kovalev comes in, he leaves himself wide open. Okay, he doesn't keep his gloves up. All right, he just comes in shooting the, you know, whatever shots he's throwing, and especially when he's throwing his combination, he leaves himself totally open at time. I think Bernard Hopkins is capable of dropping Kovalev, just like the same way he dropped Antonio Tarver years ago with that right hand. Okay, I think Bernard Hopkins has capability of dropping him, but at the same time, Kovalev has the ability to hurt Bernard Hopkins if he lands clean. It's hard to do that. And even if you land clean, it's hard to land combinations against Bernard Hopkins, because he moves so much. Okay, he's resetting himself. You know, he comes on the inside, he comes on the outside, he keeps moving. He doesn't stay against the ropes like a lot of fighters that Kovalev has fought. Okay, he's going to be on the move constantly, all right? So it's going to be tough. Like I said at the beginning of the video, man, I really don't know who's going to really actually win, all right? I'm going for Hopkins, you know, because of the experience, and I haven't really seen Kovalev fight anywhere near this level, because this is a huge leap in level of competition to me from everyone that he has faced. Okay, I mean, he's faced some good fighters, some good solid fighters, but this is a huge leap in competition, and I do believe Hopkins is still fighting on a high level. Okay, I'm going with him. I do want Hopkins to win. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do want him to make history. Okay, I like Kovalev, and I think he's gonna bounce back. I've always said on the channel that I think he could beat Adonis Stevenson. Not before the Fafara fight. Okay, I've always said that Kovalev could beat Adonis Stevenson, in my opinion. But Bernard Hopkins, I'm not really too sure about that. Okay, but I'm picking Bernard Hopkins. I understand that he is the underdog. He is the underdog. All right. One thing is, I do want him to win, because I want him to make the history. I do want him to be the unified the light heavyweight champion. All right, I do want him to win. But if he starts doing the gimmicks and the antics in the ring, if he is losing and he starts complaining with low blows, or he falls down and starts complaining about his leg, you know, all the stuff that he's done, the crazy stuff that he's done in the past, then I'm going to root for him. I'm going to boo him, and I'm going to root for Kovalev. And I don't want him to win a dirty fight. That's one thing. There's been times that I've been upset with Hopkins. There was time that I wanted him to lose fights. There's been times I wanted him to win a fight. I have a love-hate relationship with Bernard Hopkins. Recently, lately, the Alien, I'm loving the Alien up to this point. But this fight here might be one of those fights where he can't go toe-to-toe with this guy. And if he is losing, I want him to not do any crazy antics, all right, that like he's done in the past, all right? So that's my whole thing. It should be a great fight. And hopefully nothing crazy happens for it to be a bad fight, all right? I hope whoever wins deserves to win. I hope if it goes to decision, I hope the judges do it right. I think if the fight is close, I really honestly believe, like, if the fight is close, okay, and it does go to decision, I think they would give it to Kovalev. I don't think they would give it to Hopkins. You know, I really believe, you know, they're fighting on HBO. Kovalev is an up-and-coming guy. He has a long future. And if they have an opportunity to give it to Kovalev, I think they will. Okay, I really believe that. But honestly, I think Hopkins is going to win by decision. Okay, either by unanimous decision or a majority of decision. I think Kovalev do have a way. I think he does have a chance to win by decision. I don't think he's gonna knock Bernard Hopkins out. I'm gonna be honest with you. The last thing I expect Bernard Hopkins to clearly outclass him and beat him for the majority of the rounds before I see Kovalev knocking him out. I think Kovalev has a great chance of winning by decision. But as far as knocking him out, I don't think that's gonna happen. I do not believe that's gonna happen. Okay, I think Hopkins is gonna give him a hard time in there, and I think he's gonna edge the decision. All right, so that's my video, man. I got some more coming up. I'm gonna do some more. I thought of some good, fun topics to do. I'm gonna do some videos. I'm gonna upload some more videos right after this. But make sure you guys subscribe, share your thoughts, let me know who you think is gonna win and how. And I'll see you guys after the fight.